Hello, welcome to Prequel, Sequel, Requel, the show where we pick a film or a franchise and give it a prequel, a sequel, and a requel with a panel of movie lovers. If you join us live, welcome. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well tonight. I've got no idea what three of those things mean, and that's all three of them. So let's crack on with the show tonight. We've got it's a Christmas special. We're doing 3 Christmas specials in December. Tonight we've picked Love Actually as the show of choice. I'll get the little logo there, look at the top, just so you can remind yourselves what you're watching. Let's bring our lovely guests in. We won't piss about this week. It's an adult show, so we can say words like that. So if you've got kids, kick them out of the room. Right then, first of all, is here every week, our regular panelist. It's Eddie French.
Hello everyone. How are we doing?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
I'm not bad, thanks. We won't have our usual cheeky banter as long as we usually do, because I've actually, I know, we've got 4 panelists tonight, so it's going to be.
We do, yeah, that's true.
So we're going to
keep it rolling.
Because it's Christmas special, I thought we'll get more people in. We'll have a bit of a party atmosphere because it's kicking in here.
We can't have them round his house, so we thought we'll have them in Zoom.
Exactly.
Whatever it says.
We're doing it all. We're doing it all tonight. We're multitasking tonight. We're on them all, son. Right, here she is. It's our next panelist. She's here every week. It's your friend of mine. It's Natalie Smeaton.
Hello. I feel like I've come late to the party. I've not got a Santa hat. I didn't bring a drink. I didn't bring nibbles. I'm sorry.
No time, Nat. No time.
No time tonight. Just get on with it. It's fine. We're gonna gradually get towards Christmas. You can add an accessory every week. That's the idea.
Okay, Christmas jumper, hat, everything.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right then. We've got 2 special guests tonight. 2, bloody 2, Nat. Yes, I've got 2 for it. They've been on the show before, so they know how to play by now. First of all, we're going to bring him in. He's a bit of an all-rounder as well, actually, like our show tonight. He's a singer. He does stage combat. He's an actor. He does it all. This guy's a teacher. It's Rich Gittins.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hey guys. Hello everyone. How you doing?
All right. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
Thanks for coming back.
I've got mascots this time.
Look at that.
Sammy the no-face snowman.
Yeah. What happened to this?
Just nobody made a face for him.
It melted off.
And Santa Claus with a tiny penis.
Excellent. Very happy to see us.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to Lucy, Adam, Molly, and Harry for making these for me.
Oh, very nice. First plug of the show. Good. I like
there we go.
You might as well start plugging
early.
Straight away. Right then. It's not just.
I'd love to plug people I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the handcraft stuff. Everybody's into handcrafts.
That's true. Etsy-licious.
It's always nice to plug handcrafts on the show.
From the Forest of Dean as well.
Right. Lovely. Okay. Well, I was going to try and link that, but I can't to our next guest. Speaking of the Forest of Dean, he loves running around in forests.
And he once had sex with a man called Dean.
No.
He did.
Right, he's an actor as well.
That wasn't once.
Me and Rich came from college. He's a singer as well. He's a singer-songwriter. He's wrote a musical that is yet to be released, but it will be soon, I'm sure. He's our old friend, Nathan Webb.
Here he is.
Will it be released?
It will be released. I got faith in you, my
20
friend.
years.
Hi, guys.
Your musical will come out, I'm sure of it. Right, then let's do a quick hello. You're right, Nathan. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm all right. Do you know, I do feel a bit sorry for Gittins because you guys looked at him when he pulled those out like he thought they were really decent Christmas presents. Wait a minute. You know, like the kid that gets the shit present at Christmas. Those are beautifully made. They're handmade, but compared to like a Scale Electric or something like that, you know what I mean? And, you know, I felt a bit sorry for you because you were like, look at my presents. And the other guys were like, yeah, that's a fucking lump of wood. Nice.
With a tiny penis.
Yeah, with a penis.
Tiny wood. It's a tiny wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a wood with a tiny wood? Why not? Right, let's say we've got a few comments here already, so let's say hello. Miss Jones, hello, watching on YouTube. Hey, that's paid off straight away, getting it on YouTube as well as Facebook.
Oh yeah, no, this is quite the evening for us.
Roberto's back. Hello.
Here he is.
Why are you wearing red chef? It's a Santa hat, Roberto.
I'm taking my nose off.
Yeah.
It's making me sweat. I don't know which way to take it off.
It's come early.
Hello.
Eddie's favourite, Austin, he's here. Roberto said something else. Lots of stuff. Master of the Universe, Scissors Cat, all on the same show. Christmas come early. Oh, it's Christmas has come early. That's nice. Back of the DVD as well. Good. Musicals, love it. Nice.
Sure.
I know Miss Jones. I know it's Pepper. I knew it was you, Pepper.
Miss Jones, I regret to inform you.
I was trying to hide your secret identity, but if you want everybody to know it's you, Pepper, then it's you. Hello.
What, because she thought people would assume it was a lion?
Well, no, Miss Jones. Evening, Martin. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. Right then. Okay, so let's get on with this stuff. If you've not seen the show before, if you are watching live, the panel here, our lovely panel, we've picked Love Actually for the film tonight. They've got to come up with a prequel, a sequel, and a requel in that order. We'll do it round at a time. They get about a minute to pitch their idea, and after the pitch, the other panel members can then put a question each to them and try and put them on the spot. Before we get into the round, I'm going to give you a quick recap. Film tonight is Love Actually. I've got the back of the DVD box. This is how they tried to sell you it back in the day. I'll give you a quick recap if you haven't seen the film in a while. I'm going about 1,000 miles an hour tonight because I know we've got a lot to get through. Right then, here we go. Love Actually.
Just before you do, deep breath, love. Enjoy yourself.
Relax.
Oh, I'll enjoy it. I'm just,
Have a Bailey.
I want to get started. I just,
All right.
I'd like to get started, Alan Bennett. Right, okay.
You don't have to say who it is. We know.
I do. No, I bloody do on this show. You'd be surprised in the comments. It's good to be here, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Thank you. Right, okay. Love Actually is the ultimate romantic comedy from the makers of Bridget Jones' Diary and Notting Hill. Funny, irresistible, and heartwarming. An all-star cast, Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, and Emma Thompson, to name a few, will take you on a breathtaking tour of love's delightful twists and turns. Fall under the spell of Love Actually and share the laughs and charm again and again. So massive cast. We know there's loads in this. We'll go through them as we do it. So right then, we're not going to mess about tonight. Let's get straight to it. Prequels. Here we go. Going into the prequels. I might remove that banner if it's shrinking. Everybody, we're going to be non-existent.
That's small today.
I'll set that. We know we're on the prequels. I'll hide that though because I want to see your lovely faces more. So there we go. We're on the prequels. Right then, cool. So Eddie's going to go first with his prequel for Love Actually. I'll put you a minute on the clock, even though nobody ever pays attention to that, but we'll try. Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Away you go.
So prequel, Love Factually. Mount Olympus. The gods are arguing over human nature like a load of omnipotent ninnies. Zeus maintains that humans are capable of love. Others disagree, so they plan out a series of tests and try them on unsuspecting people below. These include putting a grinning div in a different country to see if he can put his knob in something, seeing how much gift wrapping one man will put up with in order to have an affair, and another has a man encourage a child he's not related to stalk another child. There are many others as well. In the end, the gods see that people am dog shit, and they decide to take no further interest in human activity, resulting in 2,000 years later, these things happening again, only worse.
All right, cool. Right then. I'm just making me notes as I do. So you all get to ask Eddie a question now. Anybody chip in when you've got one. Try and put him on the spot with his pitch there. See what you can come up with. Go for it when you've got one.
I've got one. So, I'm going.
No, get out. Go.
So we all know that when it comes to the gods, things are often very tricky. And yes, they were taking an interest in human nature, but was there any sort of side quest? You know, they always end up having to do some sort of labors or endeavors. Was there a side quest for anybody to do to help to try and save humanity or show the gods that humanity was worthy of them taking an interest in them, even though it ultimately failed?
There was one where one of the gods was trying to balance it out a bit, because obviously the gods have power, humanity doesn't. So they were trying to balance it out by sort of sending down sort of messages only the woman who receives the messages gets a bit muddled, and like she reads the signs incorrectly and just ends up dressing her child as a lobster.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing. Yeah.
near, so close yet so far. That's the kind of thing. Oh, I should point out also a lot of it is done in Ray Harryhausen style stop motion animation because it is essentially Clash of the Titans that I've just done.
All right.
Before anyone decides to ask that is the case.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll just put the prequel thing back up a minute so people remember what we're doing. So right, okay, nice one. Questions, Rich and Nev. You got a question?
Well, I don't have much of an imagination these days, man. Like, so I need like things spelling out for me, and part of that for me is it's really about who's in the cast, like who you're thinking of casting. And then, like, obviously now I know it's stop motion. It's going to be a voice cast, I would imagine.
Well, not all of it, just the fight scenes.
Okay.
There might be fight scenes in it, and if there are, the skeletons and stuff, and a clockwork owl.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, I have no imagination. I'm just remembering old Ray Harryhausen films.
Well, Richard Curtis has loads of imagination, didn't he? And too many plots with this film. Anyway.
Yeah.
Were there any musical numbers in the show? In the film?
Oh, what, like the jump for my love bit in the original?
Classic.
Yeah, yes, I think that Aphrodite will dance down the steps of Mount Olympus to Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good choice as well, yeah. Nice.
So it's very lively. It'll get the Mamma Mia crowd in,
Yeah.
That's the Mamma Mia. You want the Mamma Mia money nowadays.
We're living in a post-Mamma Mia society. Well, I should point out, we were in a post-9/11 society in this, and still he mentions 9/11 in like the first opening monologue.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. He's like, oh, isn't it weird how love is everywhere? Even when you think about the planes flew into the Twin Towers. Where are you going with that? What?
Well,
sorry, you. Fuck you on about?
That's what stops it from being a Christmas classic to me. Because you go, I don't want a Christmas film that opens and goes, do you remember when them planes hit that tower and it was fucking disastrous and awful? Merry Christmas!
Evokes a massive human tragedy and goes, but even there was love.
Yeah.
Who let that go through? This was a co-British and American and it was in 2003. They're still clearing rubble out of New York, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, put that in. That's totally normal and an all right thing to say."
We've just actually done the same though with this show. We've opened it by mentioning that. So bad as them.
It's over 10 years since, and I think this is a fair observation.
It is. You're right. A couple of messages here. Lucy Drake says to Rich, "Love the mascots."
Thanks, Lucy. Thank you very, very much.
Well, that shuts our faces, hasn't it? Any mascot skeptics have been put in their place.
There we go.
We've got a Twitch user. It's my brother. Hello, Rich.
It's the first time. It's the first time he's watched it. Maybe we just had to be on a cooler platform.
Yeah. We're on Twitch. We could bring all the kids now because we're on Twitch. All the kids will be watching this and going, "Why are these idiots swearing on Twitch?"
I'll tell you what. I'll just do this.
Met children, right?
No, but I mean, like young kids will come on and watch it.
Is it going out on MySpace?
We're actually doing a live feed to Friends Reunited.
Yeah, we're right. Look, it's very convenient to watch it on here, so we know where to come now. Right, cool. Okay, let's move on then. You've had your questions, so Nat, it's your turn now.
Okay.
Prequel. Let me get my banner back up just to remind everybody what we're doing. There we go. Prequels. You ready for this?
I was born ready.
Good. Go for it. Away you go.
Here we go. Mia is a woman who knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go for it. You see, she's a witch, and she discovers that to stay young and beautiful forever, you must seduce a man or woman and take a part of their soul. Every piece she gets keeps her looking young and gorgeous and will help her live forever. Sometimes she just has to touch them, sometimes kiss, sometimes shag. But the harder the person is to get, and the harder they play to get, the purer the soul and the longer it will sustain her. For that reason, she goes after people in loving relationships, as once a person in a loving relationship falls for her and is prepared to cheat, the better a meal their piece of soul makes. Thus, she ends up in a design agency with her eyes on the boss, as the magic she could steal from this last man she had is about to run out. So, can she make Alan Rickman fall?
Oh,
Oh,
well, can she? Right then, cool. So, okay, ask your questions for Nat then, guys. Whatever you want to ask, go for it.
Is she a goodie or a baddie then? Because I think she's a baddie, and I just think she's an awful person.
She's the worst kind of baddie.
She's horrible.
Horrendous.
What she does to Emma Thompson, it's unforgivable.
It will never be forgiven. It will never be forgiven.
Even when it's not Christmas and I'm not watching Love Actually, I'm still thinking about it in a way, and I'm still mad. I'm still mad about it.
You get mad when you watch Die Hard and go, oh,
Hans Gruber.
Yeah, no.
I can't believe
Emma Thompson. You just can't distinguish between characters. That'd be
He
great.
sticks on the Joni Mitchell. He has a little cry. It's all right.
I can't believe Metatron, the voice of God in Dogma, made Emma Thompson cry.
You've got a message here, Nath.
Oh, she is a slut. Me or the lady?
You.
She is.
Hey, if the glove fits.
I'm just hoping it's not the little kid in the picture next
Stinking.
to it.
But no,
Yeah.
in answer to the question, she is a
It might be
baddie. And when she gets the necklace at the end of Love Actually, that is when she steals a piece of his soul, destroys a relationship that will sustain until she gets her next man. But I think the real bad guy here is Richard Curtis, if we're really honest. Because not only is the film so middle class, my teeth hurt, but the way that women are portrayed in this film is horrendous. Like,
Actually, I think it was really bloody brave of him to actually make it about the middle class for once, actually. So, yeah.
Sorry, you all saw Martine McCutcheon's storyline. What are you on about? This is working class as hell.
yeah, so the working
19 people lived in her hallway.
Like, there was,
How
yeah,
working class is
exactly.
that?
Yeah.
Whoa, settle down, everybody. Settle down. You animals.
Look, there is a time and a place for class analysis of Richard Curtis films, but we do not have the collective knowledge or training to go through that.
I always love how dreamy he makes London seem. I mean, Rich, come on.
Yeah.
You're the man on the street. You're the man on the street. It's not like that,
Literally.
is it?
No. I mean, well, no. No.
It's not as nice as Richard Curtis. I mean, you know, we've all been to
Richard
London.
Curtis made a film called Notting Hill with no black people in it.
Couple of Welsh people, though, weirdly.
Maybe the carnival wasn't on.
What? They just stay at home till the carnival.
According to Richard Curtis, yeah.
According to Richard Curtis, fair enough. I will say Mia has got my favourite bit of editing in this film. There's a bit where she's in a red dress in a bedroom and then just takes it off and she's wearing a red underwear. It then smash cuts to just stock footage of London, so it just looks like she's taken her dress off and gone out. It's fucking brilliant. It's really funny.
Let's get back to questions.
Sorry, yeah.
That's all right. We're all right. Right. So Eddie or Rich, I think you haven't asked anything yet. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Who's going to play Alan Rickman in your prequel?
Well, he just comes in at the end, so I think that it would be a nice nod to Alan Rickman,
like a Carrie Fisher kind of.
Yeah, I don't really. I just want to see somebody from the back who looks like him as she goes for her first day. Yeah, I do. As she goes in for her first day at the ad agency or whatever the agency is, the fuck it is. Yeah. So we don't really. We assume it's him, but we don't see him.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Okay. Eddie, have you got a question for Nat?
So how far back do we get to see of her? You might have said this, but it was a while ago. How far back do we see? When does her witch and soul consumption begin? And do we see that? Do we see it progress?
Yeah, I reckon we start off with it being like a brand new shiny witch, and then realizing, and then becoming a bad
1700s kind of, or
maybe 1700s, 1800s, and then we have a montage. Like a montage of her going through the ages, getting like all groovy in there, and then finishes in London when she's about to commit the cardinal sin of upsetting Emma Thompson.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Right. Questions answered. Nice. Right, Rich, it's your turn, please, for your prequel.
Okay. So we're going to look at Tiffany was a simple East End girl working in a local pub. She falls in love with her boss and local criminal, Grant. They have a baby together. Grant becomes abusive and Tiff sets up Grant with the police. Grant finds out, he tries to grab hold of her and she runs across the road away from him into the path of an oncoming car. She dies. Tiffany, now Natalie, has faked her death. She goes into witness protection with her family and moves to the rough end of Wandsworth.
All 19 of them just living in that hall.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Right, cool. Okay, nice one. Right then, questions. Eddie?
My question is, can you read the comment out from Spar K?
Spark? Oh, it's a YouTuber. It could be anything. This.
Yeah,
Oh God, is it? I mean, there's an offer you can't refuse.
Spark's got some really funny observations about love, actually, not like our shit.
Yeah. I didn't realise your brother had a YouTube account as well.
Hang on, guys, I've just got to send a quick message.
We all have quickly. For some real fun.
Oh wow!
Oh God, brilliant! Why don't you come on? Why don't you put a comment that we can join in with the show, Spark? Here, don't be an alien to us. Come on. We've got
comments and pictures. Spark.
Emma, Spark all the way.
Well, there are possibilities.
Oh dear.
Hey, why don't you come over here? Take a bit of your soul.
I love it. I love the fact that anybody can just come and put a comment now.
Awesome.
It is exciting, isn't it?
You didn't think that one through, did you, dude?
Just don't say anything bad about K-pop. That's all.
Or Spark, yeah.
I wouldn't. My knowledge isn't sufficient.
Spark, yeah. Love it. Right, okay. I forgot where we were.
We were asking Rich questions.
Oh, questions.
Yeah, go for it. Right.
Do
Do we ever get a little bit? I was just wondering, do we get a hint about what it was like any sort of weird sort of psychological triggers that she might have, like if someone drops a drum kit down a stairs near her and it goes doom 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 doom. Does she sort of look around and like sort of, start getting worried that
she starts to get anxiety attacks. Yeah,
okay. Because I feel like she was played rather. I know they were pressed for time in the film because they had 1,000 plots and about 2 hours, so they didn't really get to go past the she is sweet and simple and fancies the Prime Minister like we all have and are. But I just wonder if we were going to find a bit more of the sort of the psychological undertones of having to have faked her own death and go into witness protection.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it is a very traumatic experience, and she loses her child at the same time because her abusive ex-partner gets to keep the baby that they had together. So there's lots of triggers for her. There'll be shots of her. Go on.
No, she just seems utterly unfazed by the nativity play at a primary school for someone who lost a baby in such a terrifying and violent way. But
I know, but the Prime Minister is dreamy, though, isn't he? So
that is fact.
The hair. Yeah.
It's the hair. It is the hair.
It is the hair.
And he just seems really vulnerable with his.
His
choking on a chocolate biscuit.
Yeah,
but he's strong. He's strong. In his first week or his first day or whatever it was, he fought the Americans. He said, "Just got the Americans." He was like, "No, Americans, stop telling me what to do."
Yeah, it was our Independence Day.
Yeah,
that's actually the dialogue in the film as well.
Yeah, fuck you, America. Yeah,
stop it. Stop picking on us.
Sparky still going. Sparky needs to be makes a mistake with Roberto. Love Actually.
That would be great.
Oh, Roberto, he's come back. Let's have a look. Martin Cameron, I confused. I can't see messaging Facebook page. I want to send, but don't tell Mandy. I don't know what I'm on about here. Put your message like you usually do.
I've got a question. Well, I haven't really got a question. I'm going to fumble my way through a question because I don't know what anybody's on about right now.
I told you that glass of Baileys that you poured was too big.
Too big. I've just put it down. No, I don't have much of imagination these days, so I was just wondering who you would cast.
What memory?
Groundhog Day was last week. Groundhog Day episode last week, man.
I'm not one for your imaginings, but one of you big city Imagineers might be able to tell me something.
Sorry, Nathan.
It's a serious question. Who's in the cast? I'm serious. I can't visualize it until I can see the cast.
All right.
Okay, so Martine McCutcheon is going to play both Tiffany and Natalie because they're the same person, but don't tell her ex-husband.
Busy, won't she?
Yeah,
yeah, she's pretty flexible as an actress, man.
Barbara Windsor's going to play her ex-husband's mother. Okay. And Ross Kemp is going to play Grant.
So, all right. So you hope it'll do what Tarantino did for John Travolta, like resurrect Kemp's career?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
In a very similar role.
You got some hair.
Give him long hair, yeah.
That'd be amazing. Could you imagine? I can't imagine. Well, Nathan,
I can't imagine it.
Nathan can't imagine this.
No, I can't imagine it. No, it's not.
Here's a fact about Martine McCutcheon. Did you know that Mick Hucknall of Simply Red cut his dreadlocks out because Martine McCutcheon was sick on them at the backstage at the Brit Awards one year?
I heard that.
Yeah, that's good.
Ew.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Stinky Dreadlocks. Did that inspire the title of his last album, Stinky Dreads?
I didn't know that was the name of his last album, but maybe he's processed that pain.
Maybe so. Right then, Nat, did you ask a question?
No, but I fear that time is running away from us, and I was more of an observation anyway. So I'm happy to just leave that where it is. I feel I got everything I needed from that there.
All right, cool. Nath, it's your turn. I know you haven't got much of imagination, but imagine that you've got a minute.
I'm going to imagine I've got an imagination for a second.
Away you go. Come on, you can do it.
A paradox. I don't know what I'm going to do. Right, my prequel. Right, Ugg actually. Ugg lives in a cave. He desperately wants to settle down and start a civilization, but the ladies in his village have all been eaten by saber-toothed tigers. And in any case, even if they hadn't, none of them would have slept with him because he's like a massive loser. He's a weird mix of overconfidence, goofy innocence, and a borderline sex pest. He decides he must take a trip to a distant land on his pterodactyl, to a land known as we know today as America. His friend Og thinks he's a massive joke, but Og doesn't care, and once he's saved enough brontosaurus meat to fuel his pterodactyl, he sets off. He packs various bones to snack on during the flight, and lots of leaves which he's fashioned into rudimentary rubber johnnies, and climbs into the saddle. He lands in a snowy prehistoric Wisconsin. He makes his way to the nearest watering hole. It's not a bar, it's literally a hole in the ground with water in. Spotting 4 beautiful cave women who offer themselves instantly to him. He sleeps with them all at once. The next morning he wakes up next to a pile of spunky, mostly ripped leaves. He fuels up his pterodactyl and takes his 4 new wives to his home settlement. Once home, he visits Og to rub it in his face. He and his new wife smash Og's stupid head in and feast on his carcass and dance naked around a fire for a bit. The Johnnies didn't work at all, surprise, surprise. All 4 ladies are pregnant. Og rejoices at the prospect of finally getting his own civilization. The end.
All right. Right.
Oh.
Well, somebody with no imagination. I mean, you're doing pretty well.
Great. I have a question straight away.
I borrowed a 3-year-old's imagination for a bit.
Go on, then, Nat.
I want to know how are you going to do the pterodactyl? Is it going to be like a CGI? Are you going to try and make a puppet? How is it going to work?
I'm going to go straight to Jim Henson's Creature Workshop, of course. I'm just going to use clever cinematography and do it the old-fashioned way.
I'm sorry. The answer we were looking for was Andy Serkis in a green screen suit. Never mind. Thanks for playing.
No, I'm going to force Frank Oz out of retirement to stick his hand up the arse of this pterodactyl. Yeah, and that way we can make it talk, because I did consider like a Flintstonesy aspect to it, but I didn't want to make it too unbelievable.
Okay, because that
like the original
question. Because my question was there going to be any dialogue, or was it going to be like Quest for Fire? And the actors are just going to be going,
yeah, apart from the pterodactyl. The
pterodactyls evolved to a level of speech, but it
sounds a little bit like Yoda, funnily enough. But everybody else, it's all grunts. Grunts.
Right, okay. Who's going to play Ugg? I mean, I can't help but feeling like Brendan Fraser reprising his California Man, or Encino Man, depending which one you see.
Which country you were in when it was.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is I don't think we could afford Brendan Fraser. I mean,
I don't know.
They were shooting
money's running out.
I think what I might want to do to really test him is cast the original actor who plays Colin in Love Actually, but I've forgotten his name. Chris something.
Chris Marshall. Yeah,
and see if we can get him to reprise his role. I don't know.
You can only act near broadband routers.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure between us, if we all clubbed in, we could afford him.
I'm pretty sure we could. I
think you could actually get Brendan Fraser if we all clubbed in. I don't know where you
No, I was being silly. Sorry.
Well, imagine you can get him, please.
It's done. Brendan Fraser,
You got him. Well done.
Yeah,
right,
got him.
Okay.
They just phoned.
Right, you've all had your questions then now, haven't you?
Yeah.
That was all around. Right, cool. Okay, it's time to vote. So everybody watching on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, you can all vote now for whose one you liked the best, whose pitch you liked the best for this round for the prequels. I'll give you a quick recap of what you heard, if I can get through this. Then you can vote. We'll vote in the room as well. So Eddie's was Love Factually. Basically, it was about gods, the test people from all the kind of various things you saw in the film. And then they realize that people are just dog shit. So this keeps going on for 2,000 years. So you're getting, remind me of some of the things they were testing. So you've got have you still got your notes?
Gift wrapping guy, dude.
Eddie,
come on.
Gift wrapping.
Sorry?
Gift wrapping man. Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson.
No, what were some of the things that they were testing? Somebody else, right, quick.
Sorry, seeing how much gift wrapping one man will put up with in order to have an affair.
There you go.
Putting a grinning div in a different country. And another has a man encouraging a child he's not related to stalk a different child.
There you go. Right, cool. Okay, that's the stuff. Nats was about Mia, who was basically, she was the one in Love Actually who had the affair with Alan Rickman, or with the affair. Basically, it's a prequel with her. She's a witch. She seduces men to take the souls, and if she gets ones who are in a loving relationship, she gets a better meal out of it, a better meal deal. That's it, basically. That leads into the first film. Okay, Rich's was an EastEnders crossover with Tiffany, who runs away from Grant, fakes her own death, and then she's Martin McClutch's character in Love Actually.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, was it not that? All right.
What are you on about?
All right, mate. No worries.
EastEnders?
Nath's was Ugg Actually. Ugg lives in a cave.
You don't have to read the whole thing.
I won't. I'll sum it up.
Anyway, you can't remember it.
He's a loser. Basically, all the ladies are getting eaten in his village, so he decides to go to the USA. So he gets a pterodactyl, goes over there. Jim Henson's Creek Shop. We're going to make that. He just leaves as Johnny. So I wrote that down because I thought it was going to be important, and it was.
It is.
No. He goes to Wisconsin, meets 4 cave women, sleeps with them all. They all come back home. He rubs it into his mate's face. Not them.
Hey.
He loves them. He rubs the leaves into the faces, and then they all get pregnant. There you go.
In their faces.
there's your recaps for your prequel. So you can vote online, vote for who you want. We'll have a look at those in a minute. We'll vote in the room as well. Let's do this.
I'm voting for Nats.
Nats.
Because I like witches, and yeah, I think that would be fun.
Thank you very much.
All right.
It's like a less shit version of Maleficent.
Yeah.
Oh, she was all innocent and nice. It's like, no, she was still a prick, but let's get some contact.
All right.
I'm going to go for Eddie's because I just like the Ray Harryhausen style. Yeah. And I can't vote for anything to do with that witch from Love. You know, I'm sorry. I like witches too. But
do you know what? It's all right, but just to make you feel even worse, I'm going to vote for Nathan because I'm all about Ugg and the pterodactyl and Jim Henson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rich, who are you voting for?
I'm going to vote for Nathan as well. Just
all right.
It's my best man.
Oh, don't be like
He's an idiot. He didn't even imagine he'd get any votes.
I didn't imagine it. No.
If you can imagine, I'm going to vote for. Oh, crikey! I'm gonna actually vote for Eddie's because I like the idea of the gods thing. Testing people, I do like that. So, yep. Right, let's have a look online at the votes. Emma T got Eddie's. There you go.
That's decisive, isn't it?
Thanks.
Yeah. From YouTube, though. It's a YouTuber. Nathan's got my vote. Creature feature. Yeah. Ooh, thank you very much. Lovely. Roberto, is EastEnders part of Grangel Universe? If it is, I vote. Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Right, Unleash the Kraken. Martin said Eddie gets a vote. It's close, this one. Derek Spoon's back, our old mate. He's got his shades on.
Spoon. He's got his disguise on.
He's got his shades on tonight. He must be chilling out. It's Christmas, isn't it? Get your shades on.
Thank you so much, Derek.
He's pissed. I didn't even read it. Yeah. Sorry, I got over you. There you go. Rich, was that? Yeah, it was a vote for you, wasn't it? Right, cool. I think that might be all the votes there. Don't forget, get your votes in nice and early to be counted. Right, let's have a look. Oh, scraping through with the first round there is Eddie. Well done.
Oh, no shit. Well, thank you very much, everyone.
Well done. Lovely. Right.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
It's all to play for, though. It's all to play for tonight, as it always is. We're going to go on to the sequels. If you're just joining us, where have you been? We're on the sequels. They'll probably answer in comments now. We're on Twitch playing as games. Right then. Okay, so we're going to start with Nat this time, first of all, for your sequel. So fire away when you're ready, and I'll make some notes.
Here we go. David and Natalie are the country's most popular couple. David sweeps his party, the Floppy Fringes, back to power for a second term. Trouble is brewing, though, because Kate and William, who were the most popular couple for a long time, are very jealous. They try everything. Will shakes hands with and even hugs some hoodie types to show he's one of the people. He even buys them a Greg's festive bake. Kate pops 2 more royal babies out of her vag and calls them Queen Mum and Diana the People's Princess in a desperate hope to gain back their lost popularity. Dave and Nat take it all in their stride. Royal baby, whatever. They sign a peace deal with North Korea and release an album. Will put the hoodie, whatever. Dave makes a big fire and throws hoodies on it to show he wants to stamp out crime. In the end, they realise that there is no clear winner and agree instead on a truce on one condition. Martine McCutcheon, Natalie, is never allowed to release another album. They then become friends and eventually become the most popular foursome, since the Beatles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
All right, cool. Right then, so questions for Nat there. So Eddie, Nath, and Rich, go for it.
Nat, do you feel that there ought to be some sort of warning pointing out that this is fiction at the beginning of it? It's just people are clearly stupid, so you know.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point actually.
Can it be linked to a historical disaster?
Oh, could you invoke a tragedy?
Yeah, at the start. Right at the start.
King's Cross Fire or something like that. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Yeah.
You know, even when Mount St. Helens exploded, I'm sure there was love there.
Of course, love is everywhere, actually, all around. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Any more questions? Sorry, did you even answer that
Christmas
question?
all around me.
I got a question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
for
on.
it.
Is there any karate in this?
I think that there will be karate when David is throwing the hoodies in the fire. Because obviously Will was hugging the hoodies, buying them a festive bake, but David, to show that he wants to stamp out crime, is throwing the hoodies on a fire. And I think he could probably do that with some kung fu sort of moves. Yeah, like fight them, then throw them in the fire. If that's what you want, Nathan, that's what I'll give you.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. She wants to try and go for an easy point.
Can it be to music, like some 80s sort of computer game music, and he's dancing around the fire doing kung fu moves and just like really
that type of thing.
Yeah, sort of.
That's the only piece of computer game music I know.
I'm going to take that as a no then. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, you've got my vote.
No, not yet.
Whoa.
Not yet. Chasing votes. Right, okay. Who's not? Have we all asked the question there?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Rich, it's your turn. Your sequel.
Okay, so my film is called Lumb, Actually. We'll be focusing. Hi, Chris. So we're going to be focusing on Sam. Having played in the band for the school show, Sam grew an insatiable thirst to be in the limelight, but growing more and more bitter and twisted and being unable to find love, he shifts focus and attempts to carve out a career in comedy and impressions. He enrolled on a BTEC in performing arts at college, where two super cool, handsome and talented guys, Rafe and Webb and Richard Gittins, feel sorry for him and take him under their sexy wings. They keep trying to set him up with girls, but Sam keeps messing up by embarrassing himself and the poor girl in question. Things like mistaking facial blemishes for bogies and stuff like that. And then one day he comes into college mortified. He's gutted. He'd been to the dentist and he really fancied his dentist. And while she was probing around in his mouth, he accidentally slipped out a thunderously loud fart. We then see Sam is on a trip to Amsterdam with some friends, and he gets mugged 3 times, twice in one day, and by the same person. The lads, and then all the lads they decide that they're going to go window shopping to see ladies of the night, and so they all go and do that. And one of the lads, he says to Sam, he says to him that if you go to Amsterdam and have sex with a lady in Amsterdam, a working lady, it's probably going to be the most beautiful lady you've ever slept with in your life. So all the lads go off and do their thing, and we see sort of Sam just wondering whether he should or shouldn't, and he plucks up the courage and he sees this beautiful lady, and as he walks up to the door, she just turns her sign to closed. And then he goes up to the next lady, and she pulls the blind down on the other side of the door, and he can't even get laid in Amsterdam. So Sam throws himself into his comedy, and he builds a really lovely, strong, steady career. But he's really focused on his career, and he doesn't notice that Janet, a fellow performer and friend, has been falling in love with him all the time. And she doesn't mind that he's in his 30s and still lives with his parents, but because she sees him for what he is. An improv show, one Christmas Eve, they're both performing, and Sam just sees a twinkle in Janet's eye. And a smile crosses across Sam's big, goofy, hairy face. End credits.
I have a question immediately.
Hang on a minute. It went over a minute. He's disqualified.
Oh, in your face.
The last one like 20 seconds. So.
No, go on. You're all right. Go on.
I would like to know if Janet is Eddie.
Yeah,
my question.
All these characters are based on people. They're not.
Yeah, exactly. Janet Eddie. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, who's Janet?
Eddie.
I can only think of it being me.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Did Chris and Eddie fall in love at the end?
Sure.
We fall in love, actually.
Yeah.
Why
not?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, narratively, it does work.
Yeah. It's
It's also based on true events. So, it's
partial true events.
I don't know about Amsterdam, but that's
I mean, well, there was a deleted
Amsterdam.
scene. There was a
Amsterdam,
deleted
yeah.
scene where Richard and Rathan went back to Sam's place to get really drunk while his parents were away, and they convinced him that the late night repeat of what was it, Nathan? The Chris Evans show. What was it?
TFI.
Something it's Friday, yeah. That he got his penis out on the show and had to be escorted off, and he believed the lads. And then they convinced him that blackcurrant tango and whiskey was a good mixer, and he spent the rest of the night throwing up in his parents' kitchen sink. That's a deleted scene. We're taking that bit out. It's in the director's cut.
That's cool. All right. Any questions on this one?
You're right, Chris.
I mean, it was pretty comprehensive. I don't think I need to ask a great deal.
I mean, the structure was all there. It sounded pretty good. A lot of work got into
it hit everything on the beat sheet, definitely.
Yeah, it did.
I'm just in awe of your imagination.
Well, for somebody without one, I mean, you would do, wouldn't you?
No idea.
Man, that means a lot, Nathan. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Right.
We've
So I thought about starting a charity, but I realised nobody gives a shit about imaginary made-up things. So.
Hey, we got our old friend Isla here.
What? Hey!
Libus, you idiot.
Nice. What else we got? We got Roberto saying something as well. Hang on. Let's have a look. Very good. Very nice.
Oh dear.
It's still going. Amazing. I'm so happy you did it,
I don't know who the hell Randy Fiddler is.
I've never heard a more Italian compliment.
Yeah,
you have big balls, and I respect you.
To be honest, I can't take that as a compliment because I'm a stickler for accuracy. Just the right one, Randy. But thank you. It's really kind of you.
Randy Fiddler was a character in one of our films, but I don't know why. I'm trying to work out who this Roberto is. So every time he drops a little clue, I'm like, we're closer. We've got him. It's like Da Vinci Code.
It goes over to your psycho wall with all the red cotton on it.
Yeah, I've got it behind here, behind the curtain. It's all
I think it's Jackson or Hick.
They won't put that effort in, honestly.
I think Hick would.
They won't come here. They won't come here.
To watch the damn show.
They won't come on this show every week and do this. They wouldn't. It's a lot of commitment.
Lumb, do you mean like commitment, like waiting 30 odd years or 25 years to take the piss out of one of your mates by remembering all the shit that you clearly forgot?
Either one of you would do it, but you're in the show, so you know.
I don't know what you're on about.
Right. So innocent. Right. Okay. Any questions before we move on?
We've done ours.
Done yours.
Did I do a question?
I don't think you did.
My question is, I love you, man.
I love you too, man. I love you too, dude.
Right.
I want a question.
I'm so glad he asked us to do this together.
With a statement. I know. What an idea for so. I mean, that's not imagination right there.
Nathan,
I'm not taking credit for that shit. I was nothing to do with that.
Nathan, get your Baileys. Get your Baileys, Nathan.
Right. It's your turn, Nathan. It's your turn, Nathan.
Bailey's Brothers.
Right. My sequel is called.
Sorry.
My cunty friend Chris Lumb. Not really. It's not at all. It's not. It's not. It's not called that.
It's a good job. I put the adult setting on Twitch.
I'm sorry. I'm just I'm shocked.
You're gonna get him demonetized, dude.
Right. My sequel is actually.
Yeah, you got.
It's really called Death. Actually.
Right.
Carl is kicking himself. He never got to sleep with the American lady in the office. He's lamenting his bad luck, and things are about to get worse for Carl. Carl goes to see his best friend. Carl tells him how he nearly finally slept with that girl in the office, but her phone kept ringing before he actually got to penetrate anybody. He tells his friend how frustrated he was to learn that she had a mentally ill brother who kept cock-blocking him, and about the awful blue balls this left him with. His friend explains that Carl is a monster. He can no longer be friends with Carl. Carl thinks about what his friend says and starts to become depressed for the first time in his sexy life. He looks in the mirror. He looks in the mirror and there are now wrinkles. His eyes start going funny and he needs glasses, which is obviously distressing for someone so good looking. He goes to the doctor as he's feeling very down. Carl tells the doctor his six-pack is turning to jelly and he can no longer maintain a boner. The doctor explains that Carl is aging, and because he is so good looking, this is what's making him depressed. To top it all off, the results of his test are back, and Carl has late-stage skin cancer from all the tanning.
Fucking hell.
It's untreatable. He has weeks to live. Carl gets drunk and returns to the office to make amends with the American lady. He makes a scene and is ejected from the building by security. Carl stands, bottle of Pernod in hand, teetering on the edge of the railings on Tower Bridge. He hates the world. He hates cancer. He hates Americans and their mentally ill siblings. He takes a drink. The camera pans out over the buildings of London. Off camera, we hear a bottle smash and then a large splash. And then the Love Actually theme song starts to play, rewritten by Danny Elfman, so it sounds very sad. And the credits roll.
Whoa.
God, that was dark.
Death,
All right.
actually.
I love that.
You got the Richard Curtis vibe in there with the without mentioning the disaster. So well done.
Well, most of that was just bits of London, like scenery, bit.
It was slightly marred for me because I couldn't shake that you were actually writing it about Chris secretly, and I hadn't got the reference. Slightly more upsetting. I was like,
Eddie.
Was he?
He's safe. Chris is, as far as I know, he might have something to tell us. I don't know. As far as I know, he's safe.
I'm well aware, but I just couldn't shake the idea. It was purely in my head, not yours.
Okay, good.
Right, questions then. Okay, for Niths. Depressing journey there. Come on.
It's not a question. It's more of a statement that I fucking hated Carl.
Oh, right.
I hated him. I hated him.
So for those watching who don't know Carl, is Laura Linney's in it, and she's this Carl works in the office with her, and she
is a no personality.
Yeah.
Dick, and then her brother's having a crisis, right? And okay, they were trying to make Whoopi at the not her and her brother, Carl and her, and like her brother's phoning in distress, and he's all sat at the end of the bed like, oh god, my life's shit. I'm like, go fuck yourself, dude. Go and take her to her brother and be a decent human. He's a prick.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that was
I'm glad Nathan's storyline happened to it.
That is what he deserved.
Yeah.
Wow. Strong words. That was a strong statement. You're right.
I don't know that he had such a lack of personality. He didn't recognise that he was getting older.
What's going on?
I mean, Isla's some different one. She's got you pegged there, Rich.
Oh, look.
He was a good-looking boy. No two ways about it.
Yeah.
Glebus, you're so shallow, and you? I didn't know you were that shallow.
I did.
I don't know.
Right. Any questions for Nathan anymore? Or pretty job done,
That's
really.
pretty comprehensive to me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Eddie, it's your turn then for your sequel.
So, the year is 3003. Catastrophe has ravaged the land. Few remaining resources are hard fought over by warring factions, each of them with a different interpretation of the only media text remaining in the world, Love Actually. Some go under the banner of the Lobster Mother. Others fight for the grinning bell end of a merrywife. And the drummer boy is worshipped in the south, and the west is the land of the love jumpers. Can love exist between a follower of the sex fakers and a Rufarian? It will be more than the work of a moment to find out in my sequel that I am calling Love Accurately.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Cool. Okay. Very nice. Right. Questions then for Eddie's, Nat, Rich, and Nick.
What was the event what was the cataclysmic event?
Oh, people just got sick of civilization.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Presumably some climate-related catastrophe. It could have been any number. It was probably several things. but we're quite far past it because we're 1,000 years into the future. So,
what if we combined the virus aspect with the climate aspect? And people tornado sneezing all over the place and just blowing shit down.
For someone with no imagination, that's not bad. I think
it's the Baileys.
It's picking back up. I think we need to have a tragedy to reference very early in the monologue at the beginning. When India exploded and chunks of rock landed all over the rest of the world, killing just cities indiscriminately, there was still love. You can put that in it.
Yeah. Love is looking in the eyes of a loved one as you tornado sneeze her fucking face off.
Why did I say lesbian then?
You did nearly say lesbian.
Lesbian love into the eyes.
Lesbians are in love too.
I'm not saying
I'm not even going there.
I'm going to say.
I'm well aware of what love is, my lad. I just wondered what you think about lesbian.
Hi, lad.
Sorry, I'm speaking to
the question.
Eddie, my lad, what day is this?
It's Christmas Day. Eddie, I've got a question. Could you please say the year is 3003 again with the gravitas? You have the gravitas of David Attenborough, and it really just gripped me, and I just want something to stick in my bank for later on.
Sure. The year is 3003.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Could have added, enjoy your
I just love a gravitas future bank. I just love it.
Yeah. You are stored, my friend.
It's like a big dirty space robot doing it.
Right then, okay. I think we're done there. Have you all asked a question there for Eddie? Yes, I'll take that silence as a yes, as I always do with things. Right then, so we'll do a quick recap. So you can vote online for your favourite. I'll do a quick recap to remind you of what you heard. Sequels then for Love Actually. Nats was about David and Natalie, Prime Minister, obviously, if you've not seen it, the thing, and his lady friend. They're a popular couple. They're in the second term of him as a Prime Minister. But Kate and William are jealous of him. They're like, oh. So they start trying a load of stuff to gain popularity, and none of it's working. But they're kind of an equal balance, and then there's no clear winner. So they agree if Natalie doesn't release any more albums, they'll all get on. All right, is that it?
Yeah, that's it, basically. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Become more popular
I wonder if I missed some. They all live happily ever after. Yeah. I guess I'll just throw that in for good measure. Rich's was Lumb Actually.
What was talking about, Chris?
A complete work of fiction about this. The Sam character who grew up, he decided to try some comedy and do impressions. Then I put mortified. Why did I put that? Mortified by someone.
Oh, because that was when. Do you remember when you farted in front of your dentist? When Sam.
So Sam farted
in front of
mortified. I mean, it sounds unrealistic.
Sam farted in front of your dentist, Chris.
Hang on, whoa. Hang on, to the end of it. He went to Amsterdam. Got mugged 3 times.
In one day, twice by the same person.
Then he went to, it started an improv show, met somebody called Janet, who we don't know who that's. Eddie, we don't know. Possibly.
Lummy,
make that up.
Did you have any sense when you told these stories to Gittins that it was the kind of fucker that would them up 25 years later on the internet in front of everybody? You invited him to.
I know, I'm not bothered. I'll tell these stories to anybody. It's not really of any concern.
No. I made all of these up.
This is the recaps, you bastards. Shut up. Right. Nath was Death Actually. Really depressing about Carl, the guy who thinks he's a love god in the film.
That just depends on your outlook.
I know.
If it's depressing or not. If you hate the guy, then I suppose it's a good film.
Right, so he goes to his mate and he says he never slept with this girl in the office and it were really getting on his nerves. He wanted to sleep with her, but her brother kept getting in the way by ringing her all the time. It's a major case of blue balls. But his friend calls him a monster. He says, oh, you're a bastard because, he's got issues and she's helping him. So this makes Cal depressed instead of him doing the right thing. He's not getting a boner, no six pack. So he goes and speaks to the doctor. They say it's because you're getting old. So he goes to the railings on Tower Bridge, throws himself in the end. Woo!
Diagnosed him with age.
Yeah. I missed the other bit where he gets a horrible disease. Right then, he gets a horrible disease. Thrown in. Eddie's was
You're the monster.
3003. There's been a catastrophe. Love Actually is the only remaining source, so that's like the Bible, I guess. The text that everyone goes by.
Yeah.
So they're split off into factions regarding each section of Love Actually, and it's called Love Accurately. Okay, nice. Right then, so get voting online. We'll vote in the room as well. Let me get rid of that banner a minute. This was sequels, obviously. So get voting online. We'll have a look at those in a minute. Give you a bit of time on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook to get in there. Right then, so let's vote in the room. What do we think? It's tricky. It's tricky.
I'm going to vote for Nathan.
Right, okay.
Because Carl's a prick and Nathan's my best mate.
What a dickhead.
What a kiss ass. Kiss asses don't work on it.
Just because you're not my best mates.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, well, I know whose vote is not going to.
I thought you'd have voted for my one, Chris.
For God's sake, Rich, put the Baileys down. You're losing control.
I'm unrelated to...
Even at either side of your screen now. Move your mascot.
Alcoholism.
Put a mascot on either side, you disgrace. Go on.
I can't see Sammy the No-Face Snowman because my name tags it.
He ain't got a face.
Unrelated to any of this charming and I dare say very watchable bickering, I'm going to vote for Nat because
most viewers ever.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Nat because I so want to see what happens to the Daily Express when the children are named the Queen Mother and Princess Diana, Queen of Hearts. Because I think that they'll print it and then just the paper will just spontaneously combust, and I think that would be hugely entertaining for royalists to get all frothy at the mouth.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right.
Due to the fact that I'm reading a lot of dystopian fiction at the moment, I'm going to vote for Eddie because I like the idea of this far-flung future where the only source of religion is Love Actually and Richard Curtis.
Yep. All right.
The only morals, fables, and nothing. just Love Actually.
I'm going to vote for Gittins because if I don't vote for him, he'll say, you didn't vote for me. Even though, to be honest, I preferred everybody else's ideas.
You see, you know me so well. That's why you're my best friend, man.
Oh, there you go. One vote. Now leave everybody. Stop being mean to everybody now.
I wasn't being mean to anyone. I was just
right. I'm gonna vote for I'm going to vote for Nats, actually. For this one. I was going to vote for Richie's because I thought if I can play myself, I'll get some work.
You are playing yourself, Mike. Dude, you wouldn't be. I mean, sorry, you would be playing Sam. Of course, I can't think of anyone better.
All right, maybe I would have voted for you.
Because the kid who played Sam is currently playing chess in the.
Yeah, man, with his little stick on.
Derek, you
slightly undermined my my little factoid there with.
Derek.
No, that's fine. No, we need.
Derek popped up. That is good though. Derek, you can't see. How can you vote for anybody? Pull your hat up. It's inspiring. Is Derek's wear there? Roberto, I vote Randy Fiddler as my heart says he's based on real life. So
I love you, Roberto.
Right, we know.
My vote back. He's got some votes now. I feel like I could cast my vote properly.
It's up to you. Let's have a look. Emma's voted for Nat. There you go.
Thank you, Emma.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Well, I don't think there's any more votes. Oh, hang on.
You said that.
Hang on. Nat again. They're all coming in now. All these votes are coming in. Voting for Nat.
Many thanks.
Same reasons Eddie pointed out. Nice. Okay. Let's have a look. Joanna getting just going the ball and standing out nervously, thinking he wasn't going to get a vote. Playing with his balls. He always plays with his balls nervously.
It was flirtatiously, Joe.
But it doesn't mean you've got to vote. It's just pointing that
I
out.
was coquettishly playing with my hat balls.
Don't mean she's voting for you. It just means you were playing with
It's
your
true.
balls. Right then.
I don't need a vote.
We're worried that Gittins don't know what flirting is. What do you think it is?
Like that.
It's not that. That's
Kick
not
him
that.
out. Kick him out.
That'd be a sight. That I can't kick him out. I can't do that. It's Christmas. I can't do that. Oh.
He didn't even notice. He was too busy flirting with himself.
Yeah.
So sweet to not let the guy that happens.
Every wall's got a mirror on in Rich's house. Every wall. Right then, come on, let's get on with this. Nat, you've won that round. Well done. You won the sequels.
Thanks very much.
Which means it's still all to play for tonight as we go into the requels. If you're still watching on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, thank you so much for sticking with us. Keep commenting, we will read them out as we go. So moving on to requels. First of all, Rich, it's your turn to come up with some gold.
Here we go.
So this is called Lumb Actually 2. No, it's not. So we're going to focus on disgraced US President Willie Soak. That was his name. So President Willie Soak returns to the White House, and having been humiliated by the British Prime Minister, and after hearing about his attempted infidelity by an aide, his wife divorces him, and the people of America vote him out of office. It's not long before circumstance takes hold of Willie, and he finds himself living on the streets. He meets Marcus, who is also down on his luck, one Christmas, and they hatch a plan to get a job as Santa and his elf so that they can go and rob shopping malls at night. Things start to fall apart when Willie, now a sex-addicted alcoholic, stops being able to fulfill his role in the scam, and they've also sort of alerted the suspicions of the mall security guard. But when befriending a small boy, it brings out Willie's kinder side, and he begins to wonder if there's still more for Willie, and whether there can be happiness in his life, and whether he's destined to go down this path.
All right. Right, questions? Go for it.
Would it not be the case that at the mall, people would be seeing a sort of a drunk old man being Santa, being a not very good Santa? I don't know how you describe it, really. Ineffectual.
Poor Santa.
Less than good Santa. Without
Father Christmas, yeah.
Without people going, wasn't he the president for at least 4 years?
Yeah, there is that.
You're forgetting about
a little bit there.
You're forgetting about the beard, though.
And a hat.
Yeah, the beard would be disguised.
And also, it's my fault. I didn't. I don't think I highlighted how much alcoholism had ravaged him.
Oh, right, because you're talking about him. Oh, well, he will have a beard. And I didn't say they were going to think he was Abraham Lincoln.
No, it's like, you got like
a bearded president.
The before and after crystal meth shots, kind of. When they were a nice, upstanding person. Then the after, he kind of looks like that.
Okay, I'm fine. I'll accept it. I just find it difficult to believe that it would be that easy to go from being the president of the United States to utter anonymity. But okay.
Yeah, but that's because you know that Santa Claus.
You let him answer his own damn question.
I bet there was a time in your life when you couldn't see past the beard. I couldn't tell who it was behind that beard.
All right.
And the smell of alcohol as well. I mean,
So this is kind of a reboot or a what is it? Because it's like
Love Actually. It's Love Actually. What do you mean it's a merge?
Is Billy Bob playing the president?
Yeah, of course he is in Love Actually. Well, I don't understand what your problem is.
No, it sounds more like a sequel. That's all. Anyway, don't matter.
No. We're just doing away with Carl and his bullshit negativity.
Oh, right, okay.
Right,
So
and all that other shit, and the stalker kid. I mean, Sam was a proper. I mean, he was being groomed into being a stalker. There was so much negative shit in that film. So I'm figuring, do you know what? There wasn't enough about Billy Bob Thornton's character. Let's see what happened after RPM humiliated him so
fuck that little kid who was processing his mum's death. Yeah, you're right, fuck it.
Him.
Quite quickly.
Fuck him.
All right.
And he should be up for terrorism charges the way he ran through that airport
Oh,
and
yeah.
invaded
Hey, that one
security.
of our kill him in that
Post
film.
9/11 as well. Post
Oh,
9/11.
Oh,
Look at
That
that
kid would have been tased at
they'd
best.
have had him.
if he was lucky.
It's kind of weird that he sits down with his stepdad and his dad's like, "Are you all right, man? Like, what the hell is going on with you? Your mum's dead. There's all these reasons. What is it?" And he's like, "Well, I fancy this girl." It's a bit odd. It sits a bit.
There's a lot of
These
oddness.
days.
There's a lot of oddness in it in the film.
be honest-
When you write a film though with 60 different storylines, they're not all going to be winners, are they?
I was torn.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was torn between Sam getting kidnapped and Liam Neeson's character having to go on this kind of mission to go and find him. But I just thought, I don't know.
As long as you can find a way of blending it into another movie.
What do you mean another movie?
All right, we've spent ages on this one. Right, have you got any more questions, or is that?
No, God forbid.
We,
You didn't even have, you didn't have a question in the first
Look at
place.
this. We're scaring
flipping
gamers
it.
on. We're scaring gamers on Twitch at the moment. People don't know what it is.
Brilliant.
Streaming RuneScape.
What?
I don't know what this is. Scary. Right then. Okay, let's move on. Nath, it's your turn, please, for your.
Oh,
recall.
mine will be really easy
Go on,
because I don't want to remake it. It's a perfect film to me, but almost perfect.
Right.
Almost perfect.
Is that what it's called?
It's got a few things that I would change about it in the reboot.
Go on.
And they're mainly basically taking anything out that I don't find Christmassy enough. That's coming out. Yeah.
Right.
The kid, I mean, we can leave the kid in, but let's talk about his dead mum. I mean, come on, it's Christmas. I think at this point, I care more about the death of that kid's mum than he did in the fucking film.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take him out. I'll take...
Now.
I've got to take that woman. I'll take him out, yeah. Just take him out. I'll take Mia out. She's coming out, Nat. Sorry. I'll just feel better about it.
Don't apologise. They're out.
I would just end it. I would end Alan Rickman's love story as he sits down and realizes before he even meets this woman. In fact, she comes for the interview. He slightly thinks he might fancy her. He doesn't give her the job and sends her packing, goes home, sits down on the couch with his wife and listens to Joni Mitchell. And they have a big cuddle. That's how I do it. That's just because I'm tired of it every year. I think at this about 18 years old now, right? Nearly 20 years old. When did it come out? 2003. Yeah, I mean, that's 17 years of just Christmas torture, And I just want to skip straight to the Bill Nye bit. Makes me laugh, makes me feel Christmassy. I think that's a great storyline as well. That's underrated. I want to, just take all the bits out that make me feel less Christmassy and do something else in there.
All right, that's fair enough. That's cool.
That's all I got on that one.
Right, just before we do the questions, my mouse ran out of battery, so I have to watch this. Well, here's a little tip for you: get a wired mouse, you cock end.
Have you seen his previous comment?
Yeah, we had that up. Yeah, we were streaming.
Oh, beg your pardon. Yes.
We had that up. Right then, cool. Get a wired mouse, and then you won't have to watch us. Simple as that. They're using the wireless mouses. That's right. Mice. Anyway, questions for Nathan.
Sex toy.
Mouser. That's a gun.
Mousers. Yeah, and the captain at Police Academy.
Oh yeah.
What can we
1 hour,
watch
13
Police
minutes.
Academy in?
1 hour 13 minutes before Police Academy went.
I was getting worried. I was getting worried you weren't going to mention it.
I committed the crime tonight. Sorry about that. Right then.
I'm just impressed with Martin's self-control. Normally, he can't keep that in for more than 10 minutes. So good for you, Martin.
I think they've gone. That's why.
Yeah, that would be it.
Right then. So questions for Nathan's. Anything you got? Go for it. While you're thinking, Rich, which bit did you cry at?
It was okay. Yeah, no. We talked about it. Was I mean, I don't want to steal Nathan's line, but it was absolutely the bit in the taverna with Colin Firth and the Portuguese lady, because it was lovely and it was funny and it sort of built up. Yeah, I cried. It's fine. It's all right to cry.
That was actually one of the far more agreeable sections of the film. I mean, going straight to a marriage proposal is stupid, but it was nice
I mean,
I really liked it.
Super weird.
First the pro. He's always a pro. He's first.
I really liked it, Eddie. I really liked it how.
You hire Firth, you get Firth. You know that's what you're getting.
First and Grant. You get
I
both.
like it.
He's an awkward kisser, though,
Yeah, it looks like
from experience.
Well,
No, he looks like a really awkward kiss.
You did
You
that
don't
play with
just
him, didn't you,
learn
Rich?
how to
You
kiss
just
in
said you weren't feeling it.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
He
Sorry,
went to
Eddie,
the
what was
London He'd only just learned how to kiss in Portuguese. He was
Ah,
still
yeah.
fumbling around the grammar and stuff. He was still
That's it.
getting.
He'd only been doing it in the French way. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love it how he's.
The last
He's-
section.
He could only kiss in the past tense, so it was like he was kissing her yesterday, which would have been weird.
Yeah.
Right.
I just love it how she says one thing in Portuguese and then he says the exact same thing but in English. And they're just
Brilliant.
like backing backwards and forwards for ages.
I love that story.
I love
Also,
it.
my favorite bit of that whole thing is when he turns up at his sister's. He's got all those bags of toys. Oh, Uncle's here, and he goes, "No, do you know what? I'm just going to go." Leaves the toys and fucks up. They go, "I hate Uncle." It's like he turns
I
out
hate Uncle Jamie.
he is the best Christmas guest.
Yeah.
Turns up,
And
doesn't
then
drink all your food, doesn't eat all your stuff.
He
If
leaves
he'd
the
have-
presents.
Yeah, if he'd have took the presents, I'd understood it. But it's like you don't give a shit. You want your presents.
Yeah.
You don't say that at all. Yeah.
Like,
Anyway.
there's children there going, "This is not the spirit of Christmas."
Also, just the way that was scripted, you know, I mean, Richard Curtis, just some script notes here. That exact point, okay, well, you know, just some friendly advice. That point that Eddie just made is that it is because, and Nathan was talking about this the other night, where it's like, I hate Uncle Jamie. And then this next kid goes, I hate Uncle Jamie. Then a third kid goes, I hate Uncle. And then a fourth kid says exactly.
It's just like, yeah.
Surely one of them would go, I know, man, he's a prick, isn't he? Or something like that. Or at least he left the present.
Maybe that's how that family works. And once a phrase comes out, they just repeat it like around the house.
Deleted scene where they just finished watching Spartacus before Jamie arrived. Like, oh, brilliant!
I mean, Curtis is juggling storylines. You know, copy and paste on his little Mac there. He's going for it, isn't he? You know, let's do it. Right. Questions for Nathan. Have you got any?
No.
Forgot what his bloody thing was now. No, it's fine.
Just a comment saying that most of what you want to be done can be done with the skip scene button.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
It's not very balanced.
Yours is the closest to coming true because it can be done. You can have your own web cut of it.
Snyder cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what?
You can make them all grumpy.
Accepted. No I'm kidding.
Go for it.
I can't be asked for that.
Do it.
And then rejected immediately.
Yeah.
I have
I
to
don't
say,
know what that is.
oh, poor guy.
I love this guy or girl.
Gamer got stuck on this channel. He can't get off.
Gamer Go, you're awesome.
Gamer Go.
You need to get yourself some Love Actually in your life. Go watch it.
Yeah. Get your face, Gamer Go. It's stressing out there, man.
House has run out.
I'm gonna follow you, Gamer Goat, later. We'll follow your channel.
I like Gamer Goat. Gamer Goat sounds like a cool person.
Good. Good, actually. But you leave the nativity in there. Oh, nativity staying, would it, Nathan?
The Nativity?
Yeah.
With the lobster.
Yeah, I know of it. I'm just trying to think what to do with it. Yeah, leave that in.
That was great.
Leave it in. Yeah.
Most people in the film diverge on the nativity.
Right, okay.
Also, Sam learns to play the drums because he falls in love with the girl, not because his mum's dead and he needs something to do. So even if you cut that sad bit out of the mum dying, he still could be the drummer.
Right. All right.
He's got a really tired stepdad.
Yeah. It's almost like I'm making this
He'll be
on the
like
spot.
sitting around, it's like he's got mononucleosis or something.
Yeah, like the one stepdad in the world that pays attention to the kid.
Kind of weird that their go-to film was the Titanic, though.
Yeah, that is odd. That is. Oh, I know exactly what to do to cheer you up. Let's put the Titanic on.
Yeah.
My first thing would be like, Dad, it's 3 hours long for a start.
Right, yeah.
That is exactly what I thought. You've picked a long film to have a bit of a moment with.
To be fair, they did stop it halfway through, so they probably got bored too.
Maybe he wanted to see the drawing scene where we were educating him.
Yeah, he did.
Oh!
I say, that's what a lady looks like. Stepdad. Ooh. Yeah. Right. Right then, let's move on.
This is when Sam was played by Sid James and Liam Neeson's character was played by Bernard Bresslaw.
That was my reboot, yeah, but I don't get a go. Yeah. Right, Eddie, your turn. Let's do this.
Okay, so my remake, it takes place largely online because we're taking into account the fact that Christmas this year is going to be a bit different. So we're going to have to change that. So, but because it's online, communication is going to be a bit different. So it's not going to be holding up signs like a creepy Bob Dylan video. It's not going to be going off and learning another language. It's all going to be done online. And so it's going to be a series of mansplainers in the roles. And any joke or sarcastic comment that is made knowingly by any female character is going to be met with a lengthy explanation, totally bereft of anything interesting or any self-awareness, and I'm going to call it "Well, actually." That is my
right.
Like
Very
it.
good. Okay, nice. Questions for Eddie then? Has anybody got questions? That pretty self-explanatory. That.
How long is this going to run then? If it's got a lot of
Well,
mansplaining.
so far we're at an hour and 21 minutes. Probably another hour.
I like the way Amanda spoke over you to explain that to you, Nat. But slightly proof point. Yeah, I think that it will actually start out going quite slowly, but by about 2/3 of the way through, all female characters will have given up contributing anything, and the blokes will just run it all down to the end and consider it a job well done. If my knowledge of mansplaining is anything to go by.
Okay.
Tell us about your knowledge of mansplaining, Eddie.
I've seen some of it. It looks boring.
No, tell us more about your knowledge of mansplaining.
There's not much to it, really.
Oh man, damn it!
Were you trying to get me to mansplain?
Yeah, it didn't work.
It wouldn't have worked inside ask him. You want me to ask him because then it will make more sense.
Try it, see if it works.
Eddie, what is mansplaining? Is mansplaining where a man?
Well, it's not just one thing, Nat. I mean, come on, there's many different.
God.
That kind of thing. Listen closely, my lady.
Right. Okay.
Oh, dear.
It's largely going to be that, but with Richard Curtis dialogue sprinkled in between.
We got Gamer Goat on board now. He's got a Christmas hat, Sacha Baron Cohen. Does he mean you, Rich? I take it.
Both of them.
Yes,
Both of you are Sacha Baron Cohen characters.
Yeah, he's engaged though now in the show. That's nice. He's found his mouth.
Yeah, he's like,
like
I just can't switch this off.
I thought you were going to say he's engaged. I'm like, Sacha Baron Cohen's married to Isla Fisher.
If your mouse breaks, you get stuck on the channel. Tough. We'll have you. We'll have you.
Like, well, the keyboard still works. I might as well join in.
What if Alan Rickman kidnaps Liam Neeson's stepson? What if, Martin? You're here.
Yeah.
What if? Was there any more questions there for Eddie's? No. Right. Nat, last one. Come on. Let's do it.
All right. So I want to change two things about this film. I want to change one. I want all the relationships to end disastrously. So I want Emma Thompson to throw Alan Rickman out of the house after chopping his willy off with the lobster claws. I want the little boy who was the drummer. I want him arrested and thrown in prison. Guy who goes to America, I want him to not be able to afford to get home and become homeless on the street. Kira gets kidnapped by Walking Dead guy. Colin drowns in the lake trying to rescue his book. And David is caught up in a sex scandal and Natalie leaves him. So the only character, sorry, I know I'm not wearing headphones. I do apologise for any audience members who can hear an echo. The only character who's okay is Bill. Because Bill Nye is the best thing in it. And then the second thing I want to change is the way that women are portrayed in the film. So there are two types of women. There's the slutty, slaggy woman who is like the Mias and the American girls who are beautiful and skinny, or there's the plump and matronly types who are constantly reminded that they're fat, ugly, Dunkin' Donut type women who don't really deserve love. And then there's Mia, there's Natalie stuck in the middle, who's actually very pretty and desirable, but is constantly referred to as fat throughout the movie. Total bullshit. So I want to take that away. Yeah.
Right.
No, it is. Yeah. She was like a size 12 when they made
All the time. I kept looking at Jo saying, "Is she fat?" Like,
No,
people think she's really fat because I can't actually. Honestly, I'm not being funny. I can't see it.
No,
and if
she's
she
not.
is, she's not very fat.
She's 2 sizes smaller than an average British woman.
Yeah.
Which made her about a size 12 when they made it, but because she wasn't a size 6, Richard Curtis made her the butt of the fat jokes.
Yeah, the butt of the fat jokes.
So I want to take that. So that's my reboot.
I think I said something very similar because it got on my tits, but I didn't want to sound too woke about it because it's all the time. Like, hey, Plumpy, all right, fat ass, how are you doing? She's got legs like trees, blah, blah, blah.
Sarah, is it Laura Linley's character, Sarah? Very pretty, slim, beautiful woman, but they dress her like an ant because they don't want her to be desirable. She's not a desirable character, so she's made to look undesirable.
Oh, all right.
She wears some not very nice clothes, well, except when she's at the party and she's going to shag. How? Other than that, she doesn't look desirable.
Isn't the thing about Natalie being called all that is because she isn't, and that people are just being mean to her, and that's kind of proves everyone wrong. Like it was just a boyfriend. It was just a boyfriend because he brings it up saying my ex-boyfriend was awful and called me fat, etc. If Grant
they'd have left it there, fine. But then the other woman who works for the Prime Minister mentions it without being prompted. And her dad.
Isla's chipped in here with that there. Her dad
was plumpy. Her dad calls her plumpy in the hallway. And the Prime Minister's female, I don't know, sidekick, whatever she was called, when he asked her to fire.
And I disagree with Isla's statement because I think it's more like projection. If you tell somebody they're fat enough, they eventually just accept it, and then But those days are gone. I think that's what dates this movie quite well. Is that this is now 2020, and that shit looks really, really out of place.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. I think as a man, it's risky telling a woman that what she potentially might be thinking isn't true. So
I'm not saying it's not true. I just said I disagree in part.
You mind explaining Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you wacky bastards. This is all delightful, but let's get on with the show. All right, okay, right.
Is this not the show?
Not really. Welcome to on the show now. It's getting like, we've got to wrap up soon. Right then, come on. Any actual questions for Nat?
I think
your echo's pretty bad, Nat. I don't know if everybody heard what you went through, but we'll go back through it. Twice, yeah. Right then, so it's time to vote on the requels. You've heard everybody's now. I'll quickly go through them again. Rich's was about Willie Soak, the president of the USA. He returns home. His wife's divorced him, and he gets kicked out of office, basically. And then there's a bad Santa crossover.
What?
Can there be
dickhead.
in his life?
You're the reason this has been so long when you're fucking protesting. Shut up.
Yeah, everybody's getting an echo now. I think you go past a certain time and they start echoing you. Right, Nath's was almost perfect, the film, but he wants everything that's not Christmassy taken out of the movie. Okay, he wants it Christmas, carnival there for him. He's going to get rid of Maya or Mia. Get her out. That kid can go as well because he won't bother about his mum dying. Everything else Christmassy, leave him in. Oh, Eddie's gone. What's happened? He's gone. He's gone, actually. He's back.
Hey.
There we go. Right, there we go. He's back. Oh, it's rejigged the system. Right, it's fine. Mia's out. Kid's out. Eddie's was all gone online. Basically, everybody's mansplaining everything. It's called Well, Actually. All right?
It's very good.
Nat's was basically change the film so all the relationships end terribly and tragically. Bill's the only one who gets out of it all right. His character, Bill Nye. She liked is the best. And then change the way that women are portrayed, which we just talked about there. Cool. All right. So let's vote then. Let's get voting. So you can vote online for who you thought was the best, and then we will vote in the room as well. We will vote in the room now. So the requels, who are you voting for, guys?
I I'm going to vote for Eddie's.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Eddie's too.
And he swept the board. I'm going to vote for Eddie also.
What? You're not voting for your best mate?
No, he was just mean to me.
I'm ashamed.
You know what?
Eddie, do you want to be my best mate?
I'm ashamed of it.
Say no.
Oh, Eddie's internet's cut out right now.
He's doing his maths.
It looks like we're spying on Eddie.
Right, I'm gonna let me do mine. I'm ggonna vote for Nate's because he knows how much I love Christmas. So I'm there with you. I'm there with you. I'll have that. Eddie, who are you voting for? Can he hear us?
No.
He looks very serious.
Then Eddie, I don't know. Oh, he's gone. Oh, we'll get his vote in a minute.
Can I just say as well, when I agreed to do this one, I as soon as I put the film on, I was like, why didn't I do Elf? Why am I doing this thing with 18 million characters and storylines and blah, blah, blah?
Let's have a look. Eddie's got a vote there off our Richard. Eddie, there we go. Isla's voted for Nats.
Thank you, Isla.
Very nice. All right.
Dead to me, Isla.
Thanks, Emma.
Emma. It's all to play for. That was so passionate, so made me cry with the words. Yeah, I vote for her.
Just for you, Isla.
Nathan, leave her alone.
Sorry.
Don't intimidate the guests, Nathan. How many times?
Sorry.
I don't know if Eddie's coming back. I don't know if he's going to. We better check. He might have won. Oh, my audio has dropped, he said on Facebook. Come back in, Eddie. You might have won here because the votes are coming in for you. Get back in if you can. Let's have a look. Gamer Goat.
Go on, Gamer.
What are you voting for? He votes Borat. It must be you, Rich, because he can't vote for me. So he thinks you're Borat.
Thank you.
Sorry, Yexhimes Borat. You have to say your impression, don't you? On here.
You do, yeah.
Borat.
I've just got Eddie's vote. Eddie's voting for Nathan.
All right.
Sweet.
Nice. Is he coming back on, or is he? He can't celebrate if he don't come on because I think he's won. Is he coming back or not?
Is he going to celebrate?
Hey, his internet's gone down, I think. Right then. Okay, so let's have a look. Any more votes before we close it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Should have done from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'll go back to 10. I'll go back to 10. 10, 9, 8. We waited for you. Because the announcement concerns you. You've won that round.
No! Oh, wow.
Yes, which means you won the prequel and the requel tonight. So Eddie's our overall winner of the evening.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Well done. Right then, first of all, let's say a big thank you to everybody who's joined us tonight. The most viewers ever we've had on the actual online screening. Usually people watch it later, so that's nice. So thank you for joining us on what we had on tonight, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook tonight. So thank you very much for joining in. Thanks to Gamer Goat as well for sticking around with your broken mouse. Appreciate that.
If you're on YouTube and Twitch, then if you can do a like and a subscribe and all of those cool things, that'd be really, really useful because more people can see us then. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. And we're here every Monday night, 8 o'clock. So let's thanks first of all to our audience for joining. Thank you. We'll get that done. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to you guys for joining us tonight. But let's do some plugs if you've got anything. We'll start with you at the bottom, Eddie, there. Have you got anything to plug this week?
We have got, as usual, IC News podcast and Fire Breathing Kittens podcast and Board Game Smackdown on YouTube. Other than that, we've got, we might have some other Christmas-related content coming up, live streaming it over the next couple of weeks. Pardon me. So I get very emotional when I talk about streaming because, we can do it now, so we might as well. And it's not like we've got any live work coming soon, so keep your ears peeled for any of that. But yeah,
absolutely. Cheers. Cool. Nice one. Rich, have you got anything to plug?
Just my YouTube channel, Beyond the Fourth. Stuff to do with theatre workshops and interviews with actors and stage fighters and stage managers and sort of day in the life of a smallholder and just lots of sort of clips like that. And it's at Rich Gittins on Twitter.
Very nice, very nice. It's good your stuff as well. You interview a lot of different people on there, so yeah, cool content.
Chris, can I interview you for it?
Of course you can, you fucker.
Excellent. I look forward to that.
Just don't mention college on it now. I'm only joking. Ask me what you want, mate. I'll come on your show. Of course I will. Thank you for the invite. That's what I should have said. I'll come on it, yeah. Have you got a good internet though? Because I went and did one of them for this guy, and the signal cut out, and I was just left talking to these people about acting advice. I'm like, I ain't got any advice for anybody. So,
you're giving him another story, you idiot.
Just try to get the words right and don't walk into the furniture.
Yeah, I was like,
actually,
right, Nath, have you got anything to plug?
Just plug life. No, I'm kidding.
The notion of existence, that's what you're plugging.
Plugging life. No, I am going to plug some plugs, though. If you like plugging stuff in and you want power and that, plugs. Great.
Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Plugs. Yeah. Where do you buy your plugs?
Plugs, if you're into that. Plugs for your bath.
Good.
Yeah.
Macaroni in a pot, that's some wet-ass plugs.
Nice. Nat, have you got anything to plug?
Just come buy some bath bombs at my shop, please. That's it.
Lush at White Rose in Leeds.
Have you stopped giving money to bad people now, Nat?
Oh, we're not going to go there. Let's not open that can of worms.
Open that. It's a nice end of the show. It's end of the show. Right then.
Lummy, really quick. Can I just say, Slunglow in South Leeds took over the Holbeck. They have opened up as a food bank, and they're taking donations at the moment with the OFC Elves. All Elves, aren't we, on Twitter? All Elves, aren't we? And they are accepting toys. They've got loads of Lego, Nathan. You'd be so jealous. But they were giving all that Lego away to local kids for Christmas whose families have been massively,
Brilliant.
I'm going to say inconvenienced. That's probably a too...
That's not the right word.
Not word to use, is it? I've been fucked over by coronavirus.
Yeah.
Right.
Brilliant place as well. I know the guys down there. They're very good. Very nice.
Alan and Lucy are amazing.
And sanitary products. Can never have enough of those at food banks as well.
Yeah, it's very true.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
Often
that's all
forgotten,
cool. Check that out. We'll put some links for everybody. Other than that, we'll be back. We're doing 2 more Christmas specials. So next week we're going to do Elf. Week after, I think we're doing Santa Claus the movie. So check those out. That's every Monday night, 8 o'clock. We'll probably be doing some more stuff as well, as Eddie says. Now we've got this whole streaming going to different things. We might do some script readings and some daft things like that and cast it. Even these 2 guys might come back and do some stuff.
Come back next week and do Elf.
Other than that, discount code check out. We got some more live shows online for you to watch as well. And my soundtrack show, my weekly soundtrack show, is on tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. It's my 2nd episode. You can come on and have a listen to that. It's on boxofficeradio.co.uk. Play some soundtracks for people, score music like that, a bit of fun. And also you can request some songs as well. So I'm always looking for people to request, so you can do that.
It's like us too on there. Did you put that one on?
It's like us last week on it. So
Also, brilliantly, Chris, I heard you say, we got a request here from, and then you did your best looking at a piece of paper from Terry, who'd really like to hear.
Yeah.
Which,
there's loads of that in
you
it.
don't know, that's Chris's girlfriend, Terry. Terry would like to hear the fight theme from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Well, we just might be able to do that for you, Terry.
Yeah. It's my best DJing. Yeah, my best DJ.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
And looking at the stuff. We got a request here from a guy called Dave. I don't know who he is. And he's like, kind of thing. So check that out if you want. Boxofficeradio.co.uk tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And it gets repeated on Saturday because they didn't have anything else to put on. Right, we'll be back though. Thanks so much for everybody sticking around and watching tonight. Thanks to these guys.
Christmas, everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye. We'll see you soon. Don't forget, next week, 8 o'clock, same time on here. We'll see you then. Thank you and good night.
Merry Christmas.
Good night.